Imagine, if you will, an ordinary day at a quaint, unassuming school that's about to turn into a chilling nightmare. Picture a typical school with its familiar hustle and bustle, filled with the laughter and chatter of young minds. Enter our protagonist, a new student, stepping into this seemingly normal world. But from his very first step, an eerie feeling lingers, a peculiar chill that crawls up his spine. As he navigates the corridors, whispers of a haunted classroom reach his ears, tales spun with hushed voices and fearful eyes. Yet our protagonist, armed with the skepticism of youth, brushes these rumors aside as mere schoolyard tales. But as the day winds down, a twist of fate takes him down an ominous path. By the end of the day, our unsuspecting protagonist found himself assigned to the very classroom that was the subject of whispered rumors and hushed fears. The following day, our protagonist steps into the classroom, unaware of the chilling encounter that awaits him. The room, usually bustling with activity, is eerily quiet and unnaturally cold. His breath fogs up in the air as he pulls his coat tighter around him, a futile attempt to ward off the biting chill. As he walks to his desk, a book inexplicably falls from a shelf. He bends down to pick it up, a shiver running down his spine. Something feels off. The atmosphere is heavy, almost as if the room is holding its breath, but he shakes off the feeling, blaming it on his overactive imagination. The day progresses, but the eerie silence persists. Lights flicker intermittently, casting dancing shadows on the walls. He can't shake off the feeling of being watched, of a presence lurking in the corners just out of sight. It's like a nightmare that he can't wake up from. His classmates, however, seem oblivious to it all. They carry on with their day, their laughter and chatter providing a stark contrast to the protagonist's growing unease. Their normalcy makes him question his sanity. Is he imagining things? Or is there something truly sinister going on? Books continue to tumble off shelves, the lights flicker more frequently, and the temperature drops even further. He can see his breath now, each exhale a cloud of condensation in the icy air. The sense of being watched intensifies, a chilling presence that seems to be closing in on him. Despite the sunlight streaming in from the windows, the room feels cloaked in darkness. The laughter of his classmates is now a distant echo, drowned out by the pounding of his heart in his ears. He can feel it, the dread seeping into his bones, a bone-chilling cold that seems to cling to his very soul. As the day wore on, the protagonist felt a growing sense of dread, a bone-chilling cold that seemed to cling to his very soul. Haunted by the day's events, our protagonist decides to dig deeper into the classroom's chilling history. His curiosity turns into an obsession as he finds himself drawn to the school library, night after night, poring over old yearbooks and newspaper clippings. There, in the yellowed pages of history, he stumbles upon a story that sends a shiver down his spine. It's a tale about a student, not much different from himself, who mysteriously vanished years ago. The last place he was seen, the very same classroom our protagonist now finds himself in every day. The student had been an outsider, like himself, a newcomer to the school with no friends. There were no signs of struggle, no clues, no farewell note. One day he was there, and the next he was gone. The mystery of his disappearance remains unsolved, a chilling specter that hangs over the school, forgotten by most but not by our protagonist. Suddenly, the eerie occurrences he had been experiencing started to make sense. The inexplicable cold chills, the strange whispers when no one was around, the feeling of being watched. He wasn't just imagining things, he was experiencing the ghostly presence of the missing student. The realization hits him like a ton of bricks, leaving him breathless. His heart pounds in his chest, a staccato rhythm echoing the terror that grips him. He was not alone in that room. He was sharing it with a presence that had been trapped there for years, a presence that was now making itself known to him. The horrifying truth dawns on him, and as it does, he feels a cold hand brush against his shoulder. His blood turns to ice as he hears a whisper in his ear, a voice that's barely there yet unmistakably clear. It murmurs, "You're next." As the horrifying truth dawned on him, he felt a cold hand brush against his shoulder and a whisper in his ear, "You're next."